Hey, this video is 12 reasons to consider the Smith and Wesson M&P 2.0 series of pistols. I switched to the M&P 2.0 about 3.5, maybe 4 years ago, around the same time I switched to a red dot optic actually. And I found it to be a great gun, very reliable, and it's been a great experience for me. So today I'm going to share some of the attributes with you that have me still shooting the M&P 2.0 compact. So here we go. Number one, the stippling. Out of the box, the grip of the M&P 2.0 is very aggressively stippled. It's a very abrasive surface, which the more abrasive, the more aggressive it is, the better it is for me, because I need all the help I can get in holding on to that gun. And the fact that it comes with such an aggressive stippling saves me the money of having to go out and having a custom stipple shop do that at an extra charge. Number two, low bore axis. So the M&P is known to have a very low bore axis. The center line of the bore is fairly low over where you grip the gun, and that theoretically gives you less muzzle rise when you shoot, and you can make faster follow-up shots. I have found that to be true. Incidentally, the gun that I shot before I switched was known to have a very high bore axis, and I also found that to be true. I had a lot of muzzle flip, and that's one of the reasons why I was looking to make a change. It's been great. The gun shoots pretty flat, and I'm able to get right back on the trigger and make my follow-up shots. Number three, metal magazines. I'm always going to be attracted to guns that have metal magazines. There's very popular guns out there that either have plastic or plastic coated magazines, and I find that a lot of people have trouble getting the magazine to drop free when you push the mag release without assistance, without stripping it or without shaking it. If you get the angle of the gun a little too far over when you're trying to do a reload, it won't drop free. If you have metal magazines that are a little slicker, they're painted or powder coated, they tend to drop free much, much easier with less trouble. So that's an attribute I'm grateful for, and one of the features of the M&P that really attracts me to that pistol. Number four, modular and interchangeable or interchangeability. There's tons of pistols out there that are known for being interchangeable, and I'm surprised that the M&P isn't one of those that's on the hot list of having a lot of interchangeable parts. And matter of fact, my main carry gun right now is a compact frame, a 15 round compact gripped frame with a full-size 4.25 inch slide on it. Number five, holster availability. Obviously, the M&P 2.0 is a very popular gun that can be procured in almost any gun store or online. As a result, a lot of the holster companies make holsters for it that are readily available. In my case, I run all Tier 1 concealed inside the waistband, the Axis Slim, and I have some Axis Elites coming. Number six, Core series available now in the 2.0. So Core in Smith and Wesson speak is carry optics ready equipped, and that's their slide that's been machined from the factory out of the box to accept a red dot pistol optic. They now offer the Core model in the full size, and then they also have, I don't know if it's actually branded as a Core, but it's certainly optics ready slide in the compact 15 round model as well. Number seven, they are a reasonable price. Prior to the pandemic, you could get an M&P 2.0 for, I've gotten several brand new for under $400. Of course, now everything's up, but it's great to be able to get a very good, reliable pistol for a very reasonable price. Number eight, now we're going to get into a little bit of aftermarket trickery. But number eight is Apex triggers. Yes, it's an additional expense over the cost of a stock pistol, but Apex is kind of a M&P or Smith and Wesson subject matter expert company, and their duty carry trigger kit is so exceptional in the M&P 2.0 that if they didn't make this trigger for this gun, I probably could be wooed away and go move on to something else. But because that Apex trigger system is so awesome, I mean, I don't want to shoot anything else but this. Number 9, another aftermarket company kind of feel the same way about, and that's Floyd's Custom Shop. So Floyd's also kind of subject matter experts. They do slide milling for the M&P. They make magwells, base pads, +6, +2 extensions, and I run all their gear on all of my guns. I love it, love it, love it. Their EDC magwell specifically is a smaller, more subdued, petite magwell that still greatly assists in nailing the reload and also gives me a little pinky pressure on my compact, but it also is subdued, very easy to carry appendix without printing. Number 10, made in the USA. No need to add anything to that, made in the USA. Number 11, interchangeable backstraps. So the idea of interchangeable backstraps is great, and I'm grateful that M&P offers these. And I think the perception there is that obviously you're going to change your backstrap to change the size of the grip to fit your hand. I would put forth the concept on the M&P that it has an additional, very important function of setting how deep your hand is going to sit in the dovetail, and that is going to determine where your trigger finger knuckle is going to be with regard to where the trigger shoe is. So if you run a thicker backstrap, it's going to pull your hand kind of toward the back of the gun so you can line up your trigger finger and knuckle accordingly to where the trigger is located. So I'm really glad that it's tunable. I mean, not only for your actual overall hand size, but also how deep you want your hand to sit in that pistol to line up your trigger finger with the trigger guard and where the trigger is sitting. And that also leads me to number 12, which is a little bit of a unique characteristic of the M&P. The actual trigger shoe hangs out in the trigger guard a little bit more farther back than comparable pistols in this category. A lot of service pistols, the trigger pretty much falls right in the middle of the trigger guard. On the M&P, it's set back just a little bit. And on the positive attribute side of the house, for people with smaller hands, that can be absolutely a huge, huge feature that draws them into the M&P. Case in point is my wife. She has tiny hands with fairly short fingers, and she was stuck on a single stack pistol forever because we just couldn't find a full size, double stack pistol that she could grip and that would set her trigger finger far enough forward to be able to actuate the trigger. I mean, her hands would be so far back that she almost couldn't reach the trigger without kind of stretching it. So the M&P with the trigger shoe set a little bit deeper, now she can shoot a full-size gun, which is heavier, weighs a little more, it's a little bit bigger, has more mass. So her shooting proficiency with that pistol has gone way up over kind of a pocket rocket single stack, which was much smaller. So that's a really positive attribute. On the other side, if you've got really big hands, of course, you get the back straps where you can install a back strap suitable to get your trigger finger lined up with that trigger and where it falls in the trigger guard. So there you go, 12 reasons to consider the M&P 2.0 series of pistols. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.